66th celebration of the academic excellence at Newburyport High School. My name is Eamon Fadil, and it is my sincere pleasure to conduct this ceremony as the President of the National Honor Society. Tonight we come together to celebrate the tremendous achievements of our students, all of whom have shown exceptional dedication and perseverance in their academic pursuits. To begin, I would like to invite our distinguished guests to give their introductory remarks. We will first hear from Superintendent Sean Gallagher, who will be followed by Principal Andy Wolf.
All right. Well, thank you very much. It's a great honor to be here tonight to celebrate with our students and also our parents, guardians, and friends. First, I'd just like to start off and recognize our high school faculty support staff for all they do day in and day out. And throughout the district, we're very fortunate to have such a dedicated team of caring professionals working with our students every single day. So I think they deserve a round of applause for all their efforts. And also to our parents, guardians, and family members tonight. Tonight's student recognition reflects on all of your love, support, and guidance. This is where your support has paid off. And I'm sure there's been some late night runs to Staples for some of our parents and guardians to get the poster boards, maybe some class project supplies. Let's not forget the early morning trips to the high school to drop off homework, book bags, and equipment. And if you think it ends once they graduate, wait till they go to college. As a parent myself, I've been known to fly to DC to drop off some of those materials. It takes a village, I think, for all of us, for the parents, the educators, to really have wonderful students in front of us tonight. But all kidding aside, your love is everlasting for your children, and it's greatly appreciated and observed by all of the educators. Just want to reach out to our young scholars tonight. I'm pleased to be with you to celebrate your successes. I know every morning you wake up, you have the opportunity to make choices. You make probably hundreds of choices every single day. And what we're honoring tonight, I think, is the most important choice that you make. And that's a choice to invest in themselves, to invest in yourself, in their future through education. You're here tonight because you've prioritized your academics and you're committed to the important work of learning. So tonight's ceremony is a reminder that for each key you earned, you're making an investment in yourself and you're opening doors to your future. In my 30-year career as an educator, as a teacher, a coach, principal, and now superintendent, I know there's probably been days when you weren't feeling good, or you didn't think you could complete one more paper, or you couldn't read one more article, or even attend one more class. But you all did. You all persevered. You see, in life, adversity is a part of everyone's life. One of the things we learn as we get older is how to own our mistakes, how to learn from our failures, and how to take responsibility for our actions. But it's also important to learn and to notice when we've done a great job, and to pause to congratulate ourselves like tonight's ceremony. So for all of our students, this is a job well done, and you deserve a round of applause. And lastly, as we come together tonight, the Clipper community is here to celebrate the scholarship and acknowledge the many students who are in front of us who have consistently demonstrated academic excellence. If you're here for your bronze key, I hope you are inspired by your fellow Clippers who are earning their silver and gold keys. And if you're here for the silver and gold awards, I want to congratulate you for your commitment and dedication to high academic standards. I assure you, for everything that you do in high school, your commitment and dedication to education is going to pay off in your future. So congratulations, and as the Clipper family says, onward, forward. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for taking time tonight to recognize the academic accomplishments of our students. I'd also like to acknowledge members of the administrative team who are here with us tonight, Mr. Mike Testa, Mr. Jim Antonelli, and Miss Lauren Gee, for taking time out of their busy schedules to be here to celebrate with all of you on this during this historic ceremony. I'd also like to acknowledge Miss Aileen McConey and Miss Alden Metz, who are also here, where they're going to be presenting recognitions later on this evening for the Seal of Biliteracy and our Global Citizenship Program. This stretch of the school year is always an exciting time for us. Just over 4 weeks ago, some of you were here for the Arts Honor Society induction ceremony, and right before April vacation, we recognized our National Honor Society students. And now tonight, we celebrate the 66th anniversary of the Academic Awards Night, in which students from all grade levels are recognized for their academic achievements. Though the world is very different today than it was 66 years ago, when this ceremony started, it's important to note that the qualities our students exhibit to meet high academic excellence are still the same: hard work, strong resolve, a positive attitude, and dedication. Our mission statement highlights this drive for excellence and notes the importance of having partnerships to do so. So with that said, I want to say to all of our students here tonight, be sure to thank your parents, peers, and teachers from all grade levels who have supported you in meeting tonight's accomplishment. You have worked hard, and that is to be commended. Now, tonight's ceremony does take a decent amount of planning. I would like to thank first Mr. Mark Littlefield for all of the work he has done to keep our speakers and me on track to make this event happen. I'd also like to thank Mr. Cole for supporting Eamon, our National Honor Society president, who will be facilitating tonight's ceremony. Additionally, I want to recognize Miss Alice Krupe, as she takes care of the many details that go into ensuring students are awarded the correct keys. And last, Rourke, thank you so much for playing the piano tonight and setting the mood for your the ceremony. You sounded awesome. And we'll look forward to him at the when we're lining up the students later on as well. So as for the 66-year history of the Academic Awards Night, the student president of our chapter of the National Honor Society has emceed the ceremony. I think this says so much about Newburyport's emphasis on academic achievement by having a student-facilitated ceremony to recognize student success in the classroom. Eamon has been preparing for this evening over the past few weeks, and after watching him MC the National Honor Society induction, he consistently demonstrates the highest level of professionalism and preparedness. Ultimately, he exemplifies what the key ceremony is about, so thank you, Eamon, for taking on this role. And I'm excited to hear all of our speeches tonight. All of the student speakers have just done an amazing job and putting a lot of thought into what they want to convey to everybody this evening. So before giving the podium back to Eamon and our student speakers, I want to say congratulations to all of our students here tonight and for the work you have put in to be recognized. Go Clippers!
Hi everybody, my name is Kate Keller and I'm really excited to be here tonight because I get to introduce one of my best friends, Lauren Brennan, as this year's Bresnahan Scholar Athlete. When I found out that Lauren had been chosen for this award, I was so proud of her because no one is more deserving. I first met Lauren sometime around 6th grade and we've been friends and classmates ever since. Lauren and I spent a lot of time together in class from junior year pre-calc and AP Chem to this year in calc, bio, and civics. Lauren has always worked very hard in class, and I know this work ethic translates to the field and courts where she played field hockey and now tennis. Lauren is driven and sets high expectations for herself and pushes herself to meet those, a quality that I have always admired. Lauren is lighthearted, mature, funny, kind, honest, and all around an amazing person to spend time with. There is no one else that I would choose to jump class to class with every day. I am honored to announce Lauren Brennan as this year's Bresnahan Scholar Athlete Scholarship recipient.
Thank you, Kate. I wouldn't have wanted to be in so many classes with anyone else. Thank you to the Bresnahan family for awarding this scholarship and award to Newburyport student athletes year after year. Thank you to the committee and everyone involved in selecting me for this award. I am honored and humbled to receive it. When I was called down to Mr. Wolf's office a couple months ago, I had no idea what was happening, and receiving this award came as a surprise to me, as there are so many other incredible student athletes in my class. Throughout high school, academics and athletics have been at the forefront of my experience. Coming into high school, balancing a sport with my prioritization of academics seemed impossible. However, this was not the case whatsoever. The support I've received throughout high school made the balance quite manageable. My teachers and coaches have helped me along the way and have always been understanding. My teachers have always been willing to meet with me before school to finish a test or get extra help instead of after school, because I typically have practices or games. While my coaches have always understood the importance of academics and have been understanding if I showed up to practice a few minutes late because I was with a teacher, all of this support allowed me to succeed in both academics and athletics and showed me quickly that balancing both isn't hard. Sports and academics have taught me valuable lessons in different ways. One lesson I've taken away is the importance of hard work. In academics, I've learned that I succeed the most when I put my best foot forward and spend time trying to actually learn the material, not just breezing over my notes before a quiz. My teachers have always encouraged me to do my best and made me feel like I had to, or else it would be letting them down. It was easy to learn the importance of hard work through the different grades I've received, as my grades have usually reflected how much work I put into the assignment, whether it's a paper or a homework grade. In the realm of sports, I can argue the same. In both field hockey and tennis, my teams have had to work very hard to be able to achieve what we have. Every practice and every game, hard work is needed to be successful, and in both of my sports, it has been easy because all of the people I'm around display this characteristic immensely. Being resilient is also important in sports and academics. If I ever got a bad grade on a quiz or a paper, I learned to be resilient and rebound by doing my best to attain a higher grade on the next assignment. Both field hockey and tennis have made me more resilient, but tennis specifically requires a lot of resiliency. Whether me and my partner lost the first few games or the first set, I learned to have a positive mindset and be resilient because there is no chance of making a comeback if I didn't think that way. I have learned to never give up and let difficulties inspire me to work harder and grow in both my personal and educational life. I am very grateful that I've had the experience of going to 3 state championships, as I know many athletes never get the chance to. Obviously, in the seasons where we made it that far, there were some ups and downs, but one thing remained each time: the team's belief. That belief was possible because of confidence my coaches instilled in us and our confidence in each other. That work and time spent was all worth it and proved rewarding when we were going into the state championship game. In field hockey, belief was very needed when we were going into the state championship game against odds with no one expecting our team to compete with our opponent. The belief everyone eventually had on our team allowed us to keep up with the best program in the state and fall just short to them. Although we lost that final game and didn't come out with a trophy, we all still felt very proud. Winning isn't always everything. Well, obviously the 2 bus parades around town after winning the tennis state championships were amazing and something I'll never forget. The little moments of having a team movie night or a pasta party stood out to me as being just as valuable. The bonds I've gained with each and every one of my teammates is something I will eternally cherish and will always remember when looking back at my high school years. Thank you to every one of my teammates that I had the absolute privilege to spend time with. Newburyport High School provides a great community for student athletes, and that is proven by the number of students who choose to participate in sports. 76% of Newburyport High School students participate in at least one sport, which says a lot. The school makes students want to participate. Morning announcements never fail to recognize athletic teams' accomplishments from the day before, and teachers are always interested to hear about how someone's season is going. If a student isn't part of an athletic team, that doesn't mean they are included in that aspect of the high school. Hundreds of students attend their classmates' sporting events, which makes the school feel like more of a community. This wouldn't be possible without all the amazing teachers, coaches, our athletic director, and administrator that have great effects on the students' lives. Thank you to everyone just listed and my family for allowing me to succeed in athletics and academics at the same time, and for providing me with the unforgettable experiences I've had throughout high school. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Julia, and I will be introducing this year's Senior Art Scholar. I have known our art scholar for a few years, but during the last year and a half, I've really gotten to know who she is. She is as hardworking as she is caring and creative as she is kind, and she never fails to put a smile on anyone's face. Recently, as our senior year has reached its climax, and tests, quizzes, and projects have been piling up, she is consistently and Can somebody help me out? Thank you. Made everyone around her happier, inside and outside of school. Ironically, my most impactful memory of her wasn't even when I was with her. In mid-March, she caught pneumonia. The day of her diagnosis, actually right after it, she walked to my house and dropped off a chocolate-dipped mochi donut that she'd been saving for herself. All because I had said the donut sounded so good earlier in that day during our AP Calc class. This was just one instance of many where she would go out of her way to make other people's days just a little bit brighter. Whether it was making a handmade belt for a loved one or making the best brownies I've ever had. Her generosity and her attention to the smallest details with her friends and her art are what makes her this year's art scholar. I can't think of another person more deserving of this award than Bristol Banovic.
First off, thank you so much, Julia, for that lovely introduction. I've never been the best at painting or drawing or a lot of conventional art forms, and I feel the most comfortable and inspired when I work in collage and other forms of mixed media. If I'm being honest, when I first got this award, I didn't feel like I deserved it. In my AP studio art class, there are a ton of amazing artists and painters that are all very talented, and I quietly admire their work every time I go into that class. My relationship with art has taken many forms. When I was 6, I fell in love with the cello when I went to a music festival in Oregon. I had never heard an instrument so beautiful and angelic. I played the cello for 11 years, and even though I'm not currently playing it, it taught me diligence, patience, and the ability to use criticism to grow. I don't know where I'd be without music. Now, as a senior, my favorite time of every school day is G Block, when I have an hour to cut up magazines, watercolor, and simply create. AP Art is an independent class where you create pieces based on an open-ended question. Right now, my question is, how does connection in its endless forms lead to peace? Like I said before, music was how I first started making art, and there's nothing I love more than live music. It has a way of pulling hundreds of people together in the same place. It builds community out of a crowd of strangers. It's easy to overlook, but connection is all around us. In this class, I've appreciated the space it has given me to reflect and decompress, something I don't find often in my other classes. I highly recommend this class and any other art classes, even if you wouldn't call yourself good at art. Art is just as important as other subjects, so I encourage you to look past your ability and just see what happens. Art can solve conflict, spark change, inspire reflection, and communicate the unspeakable. For me, art has been a way to prioritize myself. After a frustrating quiz or a bad day, art reminds me what is actually important, finding happiness and peace. I wish I could go back in time and tell myself that you are not defined by how many APs you're taking. You are not your grades. You are a kid who deserves to give yourself space, and for me, art provides that. I would also tell her that no assignment is worth more than a friendship, your family, a relationship, or your well-being. I don't think that's talked about enough. For you, it might not be collaging, and it might not be art at all. Maybe it's cooking, soccer, driving, hiking, running, or stargazing. Whatever it is, I encourage you to make time for yourself to do those things. Even if you don't have something like that, maybe give yourself time to be bored. As my favorite musician, Adrian Lenker, who plays in the band Big Thief, said, "In the quietest moments, the truest songs are born." We're growing up in a time that glamorizes distractions and constant productivity. I'd argue this mindset is much less productive than one that's more balanced and intuitive. When you're distracted, it's hard to know what is actually important to you. Try giving yourself time to do nothing and see where you're naturally drawn. If you're currently a sophomore or junior, I want to remind you it's okay not to know what you want to do. A lot of adults I talk to still tell me that they don't know who they want to be when they grow up, so why should I? Next year, I'm going to college in the Netherlands, and just saying that sentence fills me with uncertainty and endless questions. Uncertainty can be really uncomfortable, especially when it feels like everyone around you has their future planned out. But without uncertainty, life is boring and you're stuck following someone else's path. And that's okay if that's what you truly want. But for those of you who want something different, something new, or something uncertain, know that the discomfort is temporary and usually just a transition to something better and something more. I want to thank my parents and my sister for the unconditional support you have given me. I wouldn't be the same person without you, truly. I want to thank my friends for being there for me. And I also want to give a special thank you to Bruin, even though she's not here, for being my ride or die. There aren't enough words to describe the impact each of you have had on me or show how grateful I am. Lastly, I want to thank Ms. McConey for the recognition, for always being willing to help, and for having superhuman patience. I truly appreciate the space your class has given me to explore and challenge myself. As I'm leaving Newburyport High School, I'm excited for what comes next. While I can't go back in time and give myself advice, I hope all of you sit in boredom a little bit longer the next time the opportunity presents itself and just see what happens. Thank you.
Good evening. It is an honor for me to be here tonight speaking on behalf of one of my closest friends, Eamon Fadil. I want to introduce Eamon by recounting what is unequivocally the greatest loss we have ever experienced together, losing 11-0 in a game of spikeball. Now, to be honest, at that time, Eamon's skills in spikeball were, well, essentially non-existent. After the game, I expected him to be embarrassed. I certainly was. But to my astonishment, Eamon laughingly told me that he would improve. Although I thought nothing of it at the time, Eamon did improve. In the subsequent months, he went from being perhaps the most challenged spikeball player I've ever encountered to a valuable teammate and a formidable opponent. This ability to persevere has allowed Eamon to not only be an extraordinary student, but also a great leader. As president of the Honor Society, he orchestrated multiple successful blood drives with a commitment to service. On the cross-country team, he led by example when he overcame an injury to become one of the fastest athletes. And while teaching children how to sail, he persisted even when they flipped over the boat. It is my pleasure to introduce the class of 2024 salutatorian, Eamon Fadil.
Thank you, Stephen. Tonight offers us a moment to reflect, celebrate our achievements, and express gratitude for those who have supported us along the way. We owe much of our success to the dedicated individuals around us. Our teachers, who have sparked our curiosity and challenged us to push beyond the boundaries of our understanding. Our parents and families, who have given us constant support and encouragement, and our friends who have shared both our challenges and our triumphs. These role models have inspired us to pursue excellence in every aspect of our lives. Among the many lessons I've learned, one from my cross-country coach stands out for its clarity and impact. He would say, "When the gun goes off, everyone in the race is a participant, but there comes a time during the race where you have to choose whether you're going to stay a participant or become a competitor." This idea, etched in my memory, resonates far beyond the trails of Maudsley. In all areas of our lives, we face the decision to either go through the motions or actively engage and strive for more. Just like stepping up at the sound of a gun, each of you stepped into the classroom on your first day of school as a student. That was our starting gun. And within this race, there comes a pivotal moment where we must choose what type of student, what type of person we want to be. Will we remain mere participants, or will we strive to continuously outdo our past selves and apply ourselves fully in the pursuit of knowledge? I stand before you confident that many of us have already made that choice, to go the distance, to not only aim for immediate success, but to cultivate resilience and perseverance. Look around you. The support of our teachers, the encouragement from our families, and the camaraderie amongst ourselves have transformed this academic race into a meaningful journey. In my own journey, my older brother has played a pivotal role. 3 years ago, he stood on this very stage as his class's salutatorian and said to remember the memories we've made, the people who've inspired us, and the lessons we've learned along the way. I certainly will remember his inspiration as he's helped guide me to be the person I am today. My parents are also immense contributors to my success, and I'm beyond grateful for every sacrifice they've made. As we continue on our journeys, whether it's further education, the workforce, or just the broader community, let's remember the foundation laid by those before us. Let's also broaden our definition of learning to embrace a more profound view of scholarship, a view that involves a commitment to ongoing personal development and a curiosity that extends beyond the classroom. We must strive to be engaged, passionate learners dedicated to bringing out the best in ourselves and each other. As Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon with which you can use to change the world. I encourage you to wield that weapon as you move onward and forward into the world. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lily LeDuc, and tonight I'm here to introduce my friend, Audrey Lochran. Most people have a perception that a valedictorian is someone whose sole focus is on school and getting good grades, and that being smart comes naturally to these individuals. Although there is some truth to this perception, for Audrey there is so much more. While being an amazing student, Audrey was also able to accomplish milestones as an athlete and managed to be an amazing friend and peer to everyone she's encountered. When I first met Audrey, she seemed quiet and didn't share much about herself, but once I got to know her, I realized that was far from the truth. I soon discovered that the secret to Audrey's success was her hard work and dedication to constantly improving herself at everything she did, whether it was in the classroom or on the volleyball court. Over the years, Audrey has grown into an amazing volleyball player and an even better teammate. She was viewed as a leader on her team, not just because of her killer swings or awesome chicken wings, but through her willingness to put her teammates' needs before her own. In terms of school, Audrey made it look effortless. I was continuously amazed by her ability to succeed in all aspects of the classroom, and it wasn't that she was naturally gifted. She challenged herself with the classes she took, and it was her drive to take her weaknesses and turn them into strengths that fueled her success. I know Audrey is going to do amazing things in the future, and I am proud to introduce her as Newburyport High School's 2024 valedictorian.
Thank you, Lily. I want to start off by congratulating everyone here tonight who is being recognized for their accomplishments. You should all be very proud of yourselves. I'm honored to be standing here tonight alongside the other recipients, but I won't lie, I was dreading this moment. I put off writing the speech for as long as possible, and Mr. Littlefield can attest to that. I was told that the speech would be an opportunity for me to give advice to people in the audience. However, I felt I was not qualified to be giving advice. So I was expectedly stumped when I began writing. To get inspiration for the speech, I listened to speeches in the past, at past academic honors nights while playing Papa's Freezeria. As I made note of the themes of all the speeches, I realized that the game that I was playing was a very fitting metaphor for my academic experience here at NHS. And not to brag or anything, but I did reach rank 18 in just 3 days, so trust me, there is no one more suited to give you advice than me. My introduction to the game began in elementary school when it was on Cool Math Games. Yet ever since the school administration found that the misleading website domain Cool Math Games actually had nothing to do with math, they banned it. And so I had to gather up my savings and spend a whopping $2.99 to buy the Papa's Freezeria app on my iPad. For those of you who don't know, Papa's Freezeria is one game in a franchise of games that began with Papa's Pizzeria. The goal of the game is to serve your customers and do so well as you are scored by each customer upon giving them their order. To get a good score, you need to excel at all stations: order, build, mix, and top. While managing all stations at once is challenging, you learn from your failures and find a way to balance them all. Similarly, in school, you learn from your failures, whether that's a bad grade on a chemistry exam, turning in an assignment late, or procrastinating writing a speech. You adapt rather than give up. Managing all your activities in school can be tricky, so you need to learn to prioritize. Sometimes in Papa's Freezeria, you need to focus more on taking orders rather than completing those that you've already started. In school, you may need to prioritize your sleep or spending time with your friends rather than putting all of your energy into your schoolwork. No one station or aspect of your life is more important than the other, and to truly excel, you must cater to them all. Another part of my success in school and in Papa's Freezeria is in large part due to inspiring role models. If anyone is familiar with the game franchise, you might know that most games begin with an origin story. All the stories vary from the same plot that Papa Louis goes away and gives the main character the responsibility of looking after his restaurant. For the character, Papa Louis serves as a role model who allows them to uncover their hidden potential and guide them along their journey. Here at NHS, we are incredibly fortunate to have such an inspiring community of teachers and students alike. So take this as a moment to reflect on those in our community who have helped you grow. For one, I've been continually inspired by the teachers here at NHS whose passion for their subjects has in turn made me excited to learn about subjects I had previously disliked. Even while writing the speech, I was inspired by NHS alumni who had given this same speech years before me. To quote Bill Nye, "Everyone you will ever meet knows something that you don't, so stay curious and keep an open mind because it can lead you to learn and to grow. Respect all whose paths you cross, because everyone has the power to teach you something, and you never know when you might find your Papa Louis."
Freshmen are invited to our celebration if they've made the honor roll for at least one semester at Newburyport High School. These students have demonstrated the personal qualities of hard work and determination that will allow them to become recipients of academic keys in the very near future. Let us take this opportunity to recognize our grade 9 students for their outstanding achievement. Will all first-time honor roll recipients please stand and be recognized? Congratulations to all of you. Another traditional part of tonight involves the announcement of the students who will represent Newburyport High School at the North Shore Scholars Program, which is sponsored by the North Shore Chamber of Commerce. The Honor Scholars Program, now in its 55th year, recognizes more than 300 students from 34 public and private high schools on the North Shore, all of them part of the top 5% of their graduating class. These students and their parents participate in a dinner that brings the top scholars together from around the region. Will our North Shore scholars please rise as I read your names? Bristol Banovic, Emma Coles, Oliver Levins, Audrey Lochran, Elizabeth Metzger, Olivia Murphy, Marla Olson, Nolan Smith, Kylo Wilson, and myself. Congratulations to all our top scholars, and I'm looking forward to representing Newburyport with you at next week's dinner. I would now like to introduce World Language Instructional Lead, Ms. Alden Metz, who will say a few words around the Seal of Biliteracy program and announce our students who have successfully earned a Massachusetts Seal of Biliteracy this school year.
Good evening. The Seal of Biliteracy was created to reward students for attaining high levels of proficiency by graduation, either through study of a world language or by maintaining a heritage language spoken at home. The Seal of Biliteracy provides a bridge connecting English language learning and world language programming. It encourages students to study and master languages and gives recognition to linguistic and cultural diversity. The award status can be included on resumes and is accepted for college credit by many states and colleges and universities. This year, we have 5 students who will be receiving awards in 4 languages. Please join me in congratulating for the Seal of Biliteracy with distinction for German and English, Fiona Marino. For the Seal of Biliteracy with distinction for Spanish and English, Renata Belkotowski. For the Seal of Biliteracy for Spanish and English, Bridget Mellett. For the Seal of Biliteracy for Portuguese and English, Rebecca de Oliveira. For the Seal of Biliteracy for Italian and English, Matilde Contardi. Congratulations, everyone.
I would now like to introduce Ms. McConey, advisor to the Global Citizenship Program, who will say a few words about the program and then announce our senior students who have successfully earned their Global Citizenship Certificate.
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to all the students who are receiving awards tonight. What is global citizenship? Well, UNICEF defines a global citizen as someone who understands interconnectedness, respects, values diversity, has the ability to challenge injustice, and takes action in personally meaningful ways. Well, to me, that describes the 6 students who will be awarded tonight and graduate with the very first Global Citizenship certification. As part of the Global Citizenship program, they have helped to design this very opportunity that they are being recognized for. Volunteering to write curriculum and advocate for global to be a part of our program of studies in 2023. They have helped to organize and run a district-wide international cultural festival for the past 2 years. They have learned about other cultures and global leadership on student travel to Greece, Germany, Belize, and Cuba. And finally, they have completed a senior capstone project and paper with community outreach. Their capstones focused on a deep personal interest they each held, from multicultural mindfulness to global significance of waste management in hospitals, and how can we have a sustainable culture, or the cultural significance of jewelry worldwide, and the global significance and lack of access to youth sports, and finally, AI and sustainability in the entertainment industry. Having achieved all of the requirements of the Global Citizenship Certification Program, it is my deepest honor to announce the following students to be awarded the Certificate of Global Citizenship and their medallions for recognition at graduation of this special and important achievement. Shannon Brock, Sophia Franco, Zoe Kakuba, Bridget Mallet, Brella Pavio, and Alexander Sullivan. Congratulations to all of you.
Now we begin the awarding of our academic keys to the students. There will be 3 types of keys awarded, all of which require a certain number of semesters on the honor roll. A bronze key is given to students who have maintained at least a B average in every subject for 3 semesters. A silver key is given to students who have maintained a B average for 5 semesters straight, and a gold key is given to students who have maintained a B average for 7 semesters straight. Tonight's music is played by Rourke Lee. While our key recipients line up outside the auditorium, Rourke will play for all of us to enjoy. Will all key recipients please exit the auditorium so you can organize outside in the cafeteria? starting tonight's presentation of keys by reading the names of our Bronze Key recipients. The Bronze Key recipients are Christian Brown, Annabelle Bienvenue, Bree Bucksbaum, Isabel Churchill, Lila Coffey, Leo Cordingley, Juliana Coles, Callie Curran, Lily DeJordy, Maximilian Forestel, Riley Freeman, Dylan Gately, Andreas Hale, Kaitya Ramadka, Sophia Kirkpatrick, Kirstia Kook, Evan Legault, Briggs Lorenzano, Sophia Lemoyne, Kyle Lasoskis, Charles Loughran, Emerson McCormick, Courtney Metzdorf, Grace O'Malley, John Padden, Caitlin Rinaldi, Bianca Turco, Sadie Reardon, Sadie Sherman, and Charlotte Zeller. Congratulations to our Bronze Key recipients. Now I will read the names of our Silver Key recipients. The recipients of the Silver Key are Piper Allard, Shannon Brock, Lillian Colcord, Gus Cordingley, Claire Fellner, Andrew Hall, Parker Harding, Madeline Hopwood, Madeline Hamrodka, Callum Johnson, Priya Kaur, Emma Keefe, Sophie LaFranchise, Griffin LaPlante, Rourke Lee, Samuel Lopez, Fiona Marino, Olivia Murphy, Hope O'Malley, Theo Roberts, Alexandra Sullivan, William Tomelski, Charlotte Wallace, Angus Webster, and Cedar Schumacher. Congratulations to our Silver Key recipients. Now I'll read the names of our Gold Key recipients. The recipients of the Gold Key are Lauren Brennan, Charlotte Brown, Rita Kalin, Faith Childs, Georgia Cobb, Emma Coles, Stephen D'Ambrosio, Matthew DeSimio Maloney, Dakota Duncan, Sophia Franco, Sienna Getteman, Matthew Hurley, Tristan Joyce, Carson Keller, Catherine Keller, Evelyn Kennedy, Oliver Levins, Alexander Lasauskas, Audrey Lochran, Ava Maglio, Matthew McDougall, Elizabeth Metzger, Josephine Palma, Aiden Reynolds, Beckett Sava, Anna Seidel, Jack Sherman, Nolan Smith, Connor Spinney, Addison Beret, and Hannah Wall. Congratulations to our Gold Key recipients. As we bring our 66th celebration of academic excellence to a close, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us tonight. Your presence has made this event a wonderful celebration of our students' talents and achievements. A special thank you goes to Superintendent Gallagher and Principal Wolf, whose leadership and support continues to inspire us all. I'd also like to extend my gratitude to our speakers this evening, whose insights and thoughtful messages have truly elevated our celebration. Congratulations again to all of our students who are recognized tonight. Your accomplishments stand as a testament of your hard work and dedication. Thank you and good night.